Taurus, your love and relationship reading, a new pathway is emerging at the moment towards greater harmony and fulfillment within this relationship, a better flow between the two of you and some intimacy restored. It seems like you guys are working on some sort of a project together, a collaboration of sorts, putting a lot of work into this relationship for the longest time now. And this period has been in some sort of a lull period where you're not really like super enthusiastic about each other, or let's just say it doesn't seem like you're all over each other and full of like this kind of, the honeymoon period might feel like it is coming to a close. However, it doesn't stop there. It seems like you've got projects that you're working on together. You might be learning something new together. Learning new things about each other is coming up. I see coming from a period of maybe a slight dissatisfaction within this relationship, entering into a period of rebuilding and coming together again and building something on the grounds of the Three of Pentacles: mutual trust, commitment, understanding, good teamwork, solid teamwork is what I'm seeing here. So it does seem like really a lot of focus might be around a house project, a work project, or something you guys are learning together, learning more about each other. You're needing a bit of a chill in this relationship, things to chill out, because if things hadn't been like this, I see this is what you're hoping for, the Four of Swords. So some sort of a break or a respite around the drama in the relationship. The Knight of Swords, moving really quickly the energy around you guys, and the King of Swords. So you don't have to be dealing with an air sign. Or I see the sign Leo here potentially. It doesn't have to be one of these people, but there are a lot of people here, Taurus. It seems like there's a lot of cooks in the kitchen in this relationship reading. A lot of opinions maybe, and a lot of things being said and spoken about the relationship. Something has happened quite suddenly around this relationship that's caused some stress and some sort of a decision or breakthrough and clarity, and you've reached a consensus with your person, and it probably caused a little bit of stress when this decision was made. Why don't we look at these cards together? What have I got at the bottom of the deck? Queen of Wands, Justice, and the Ace of Wands. That's pretty nice energy. That's talking about external to you and this relationship, Taurus, but for some reason like influencing your thoughts or your motives. Something is being decided upon, and it looks like, I read this as like a yes, thumbs up, things going well, and you looking really good around whatever the decision that comes through is, but it's a decision that's somewhat out of your hands right now. Let's look at these cards together. So Taurus, as you can see, there's a lot of people here with something to say about this new path forward that has been presented here. This new path forward in the Ace of Pentacles comes together really nicely and creates even more in the Three of Pentacles. So 3 in tarot will be growth. And so we see expansion in the relationship. It's some sort of a rebuilding or a building up again for like some foundations. King of Swords and King of Wands, it's like you're trying to be two people or play like two roles in this relationship, both very strong. It's like it's quite alpha, or it's like, you know, you needing to come out on top, but in every sort of aspect of the relationship. There's no part of this relationship right now where you're happy to sort of surrender control in, I'm thinking, and your opinions aren't looking like they're being swayed, what you're doing and like how you're doing it. You're like on a one track mission here. It's causing stress and like a little disquiet in the conversations that are happening. So you might feel like conversations have been a little tense. Your person is sort of trying to edge their way in with like some new start energy, or like let's give this a fresh go of some sort, or like let's just like leave something in the past, and it's like kind of triggering to you at the same time. So we'll clear that up. But you've been working on yourself, Taurus. You've been working on meditating even. And I think that the sort of situation with all the cups here, yes, we're in holiday season right now, but this Four of Cups is the card of the hangover. They're like, no, I can't take another one. And then this is blending water, and it's alchemical and it's calming. So there might be some sort of a need after all is said and done in this relationship, kind of like I'm getting a feeling of like shaking off the hangover, shaking off the cobwebs emotionally perhaps. Let's clear up these cards. The Ace of Pentacles. So what fresh energy is appearing in the relationship now? The Ace of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles is really nice to me together. Some new opportunity for you both. Some Taurus are getting back on the dating scene, and you have quite a lot of options. Doesn't have to be a fire sign or air sign though. So this is the 10 of Pentacles, very successful energy, and the Queen of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. This nice, very earthy energy, very growth orientated, and very secure, like headed towards some sort of longevity here. You see possibility for growing a business opportunity, I'm seeing hugely in this reading, and working together on something, maybe building a legacy, something for the grandchildren even, who knows. But it looks like this is just going to be a nice time for you this month, Taurus. So right now you're having all the family together, the home is looking wonderful, you're feeling blessed, and you're looking forward to have a lot of people around with you. Maybe, you know, grandmother, mother coming over, somebody coming to see you, visiting family, friends, and you've got the pets around, and it's all looking really nice. Okay, so you're seeing a real like a secure future for with this person right now. So let me look at the King of Wands then. Okay, so you're quite stubborn in what way you're moving on something right now. It's causing, the way you're making the moves though, Taurus, I have to say, they look a little stressful. So just be sure about what you're doing. I mean, you seem very sure, but let's see, the King of Wands. Are we kind of motivated towards what's in highest and best for us in the moves we're making right now? The Magician, yeah, I think so. Okay, so it seems like somebody is telling you how they really feel about you. The Ace of Swords, you get very clear about things. We've got the sword here in this Magician card too. So tools of clarity, tools of razor sharp insight and knowing now. So I suppose you are, you are motivated and making the right decisions, I think. There's something telling me that something is being spoken about right now, or somebody's telling you how they really feel about you. And if that's not even through what they're saying, like their actions are showing this. The Three of Swords and the Lovers card. Interesting. We'll see if this manifests or comes out through the reading again. The Three of Swords and the Lovers card. This is when I see this with the Gemini, perhaps a Gemini or a Libra coming through with a bit of difficulty in the relationship right now if you're dealing with one of those energies. The Knight of Swords. What's bothering you right now about this, all Taurus, though? Something's got you a little agitated. The Knight of Pentacles. So another person has got you kind of agitated. I'm seeing Gemini, Virgo here. I'm also kind of seeing like the agitation around how quick or slow something is going, or sometimes it's going so quick, sometimes it's going so slow. Sometimes we feel like me and you are pulling in opposite directions, you may feel, or not moving at the same pace with each other. So that's what's kind of got you in a hump, I think, or what's got you slightly annoyed. So the Eight of Pentacles, all this work you've been doing on yourself, Taurus, what's it for, and what has it been like for you? You've been working on yourself, you've been working on projects and focused on a mission, I think. The Moon card. So this is a sort of secretive energy. This is also some sort of a breaking through fear energy, overcoming fear. But there's been something that you've been working through privately, I think, Taurus, under the sort of the disguise of the darkness, and you know, the moon is only illuminates, it doesn't illuminate like the sun, right? We can't see it as clearly in the moonlight, but it sheds light on hidden things, and it like kind of sheds light on the darker corners, and the moon card energy is when we're in darker corners. So working through something privately, perhaps working through an addiction, working through some unknown fears that are coming up for you about what the hell is next, what the hell is happening. That's all moon card energy. It's when we're on the precipice of something new, and that kind of liminal space between what's next and what's now, that unknown space, it can be very uncomfortable, especially in a relationship. So I think it's been more you personally working through things though, and it seems like you're just on the precipice of a breakthrough, Taurus. So the Four of Cups, a dissatisfaction in this relationship. So, okay, these cards are kind of energized, I suppose. Okay, so there's been a dissatisfaction in the relationship. It's leaving the relationship in the past position, however. The Death card. Perhaps more of a dramatic full circle ending has taken place within this relationship where, you know, it doesn't necessarily have to be the dead end of the relationship, but it could be kind of just... Oh, sorry, I'm just drinking some tea, Taurus. It's some sort of a, I don't know, like a full stop on something and something had to change. Something in a big way had to change. You could be dealing with one of the fixed signs, like on these cards, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, and then Taurus, another Taurus, perhaps. So 3 of Pentacles. Now we're going into, from the Death card energy, we're rebuilding something or bringing something back together. And that's what we're stepping into now, Taurus. The 8 of Wands, pretty quickly, these conversations are going to get going and they're going to kind of focus on what's been bringing you guys down and what has been so dissatisfaction in the 4 of Cups. Then the Death card changed it all. All these conversations seem to continue. You seem to still want to talk about what had been getting you down. It does seem like things are about to start quickly moving along in your relationship now. The 3 of Swords. So you've made a decision, and I mean, this decision has caused some stress for maybe one or more parties. Let's have a look at the decision. You've made up your mind by the looks of things. The 3 of Wands in reverse. Maybe there's no going back now from this. Maybe some of you would even wish you could go back from the decision you've made. And the 3 of Wands in reverse is just telling me that sometimes things just have to sort of play out after the decisions have been made. Maybe you wish you hadn't made this decision. Maybe you feel there's no going back from it now. But just remember, this too shall pass. The Page of Pentacles now. So your person is opening up conversation soon with you again, or wanting to talk about something that isn't like a brand new conversation again. Like you've heard them say this before, you've heard them say this before, but they're taking some sort of a new angle on it at the moment. The 9 of Pentacles. It seems like they're kind of motivated towards themselves and what they can kind of get out of this relationship, or what they have been getting out of this relationship. Like they want to talk to you about like what each of you are bringing to the table potentially. The 4 of Swords. Okay, so you just kind of need a bit of a break from everything. You know, a lot of this relationship focus looks like it's around like a project, a house project, a work project or something. Maybe there's been there's a lack of emotion in this reading, if I'm honest. The 6 of Cups in reverse. Yeah, so when we do have this emotional card with the cups here, it seems slightly blocked with the reversal here. So some of you are needing a break from replaying energies from the past that are drawn out now and kind of stagnant, and you don't need to keep focusing on them. Let me see. Yeah, this is like rehashing things from the past that aren't really very helpful. The Temperance card. I like the outcome. So it does seem like this is it's going to be reaching a period of more calm as of now. Let's have a look if there's anything else, Taurus. Thank you for watching this love reading. Remember, they're general messages, so they may not apply to all. We've got the 8 of Swords here. Okay, something is trapped that needs to be released, and when we release it is when we'll ascend. But it's the thing that you feel like, oh, I could never change that. That's what the 8 of Swords energy is. I could never free myself from the situation I'm in now. If this person just was able to see the situation clearly, they'd see that they could walk right out unharmed. So it's when you don't see something clearly, you imagine that you are stuck in a particular set of circumstances. I think you sort of maybe feel a bit more lighter, freer, as you unravel the sort of ties that bind here in the 8 of Swords. Thanks for watching this, Taurus. See you soon. Virgo, love and relationships. Okay, so the possible disconnect you feel from either yourself or with your person at the moment is stemming from all the volatility, all the chaos, all this like struggle bus energy I'm seeing, where you're just like, oh, another day, I'm staying on top of things, I'm just trying to keep motivated, I'm just trying to keep going basically, and it's resulting in like a disconnect with yourself. But I have a lot of pockets, and more than pockets, of hope actually. The Ace of Swords and the Ace of Cups coming through as upcoming energy. So it looks like we're experiencing this first and then this. So this will be experienced like, okay, now everything makes sense, now I know what's going on, now I understand everything, and now I'm feeling everything and I'm feeling connected. And there is like this force of emotion coming up, and there is a force of something coming up that feels an emotional in nature, that feels like expansive and opportune and possibly endless in terms of where this could go. The Sun card and the Nine of Cups, extremely satisfied energy. I think deep down you're feeling like there's optimism around love and relationships for you. Deep down you're feeling like this. And then this is coming through as advice to say like, yeah, go with this, Virgo, go with this, go with the flow of this. People with Virgo rising watching, you're about to have Jupiter transiting your 7th house of romantic relationships, Jupiter in Pisces. This is what this card is represented by, and that's the transit that's happening beginning on the 29th of December, going through to next April, and then again at the end of next year, 2022. So those of Virgo rising watching, I could really expect some optimism and expansion and growth and possibility for you, just like this Ace of Cups. That's what that expansion kind of represents. So Nine of Wands, Nine of Cups. So these nines are telling me that you are in some sort of a period of looking back and putting yourself in review, putting your situation in review, the relationships that you're in, the relationships that you've had. There's somebody coming in really hot and heavy for you. Doesn't have to be a fire sign, but somebody's coming through in the environment in a very quick-paced manner, like rushing towards you, and they want you to, they're looking at the Ace of Swords. They're saying, I want Virgo to see this clearly. I want them to know how I feel. Okay, so at the bottom of the deck, I've got this earthy energy, Queen of Pentacles with a King of Cups. Maybe there is some frustration on your part with some sort of a union with a water sign. Why don't we look at these cards together now, Virgo? Pull some more to clear up. All right, Virgo. So yeah, so you're about to get very clear on your purpose in this relationship, on what you want in this relationship, what you want from a relationship. All this insight is coming through with the Queen of Wands, like confidence and power, and feels really good energy. And the Lover's card, trust in this a little more. You're doubting the validity, the authenticity of this relationship. There's a disconnect when the Lover's reverses. But the Nine of Cups is here to say that there's something more to it, that there is some good flow and satisfaction to be gained. We'll clear it up. Seven of Wands. Okay, so it's a struggle bus at the moment, and you're staying on top of a million different things, it may feel like, and you're staying on top of things, but yeah, sure, it's exhausting, especially when things are moving fast, and especially since there seems to be interest in you and coming in hot and heavy, the Knight of Wands energy. We'll see who that energy is coming through now when we clear it up. Okay. Big rock of events, big shake up, the Tower. The Sun card is here too though. So through this shake up, there has been some exposure and some, I'm going to say optimism gained, or some sort of clarity, peace, liberation, sense of freedom maybe. This is another indication that subconsciously you're so aware of red flags, right? And the Tower moments, sometimes they're so obvious to you, the red flags, okay? We'll clear all of this up. So the Knight of Wands, I think you're ready to let your guard down, Virgo. It's been an effort to remain this defensive around love, okay? And this is coming through as a past energy, and the outcome, last card so far, is the Ace of Cups. So perhaps dropping some of the defensiveness you have around the possibility for this love opportunity to deepen and go further perhaps. So let's see, the Queen of Wands, this is you here, Virgo, I see. You don't have to have fire in your chart to feel the fiery, kind of sexy, gorgeous energy of the Queen of Wands. Let's see. Maybe you're feeling kind of social at the moment and like wanting to get dressed up and get dolled up and go out. The Moon card. Or for some, this is just some sort of a private inner work you want to do. I have got this Eight of Pentacles, which is Sun in Virgo. So if you're watching with the Virgo Sun, some of this confidence and sex appeal you want to keep behind closed doors, you want to keep private. Maybe you are intimate with somebody that you're just keeping under wraps now, or you're still sort of working out. There's a lot of unknowns with the Moon card, so there's still a few things you need to try and become clear about. But you're doing it through like sexuality somehow, or like expressing yourself like that. You're becoming clearer on some of the things that you've been maybe frightened of or afraid of in a relationship. So there could be some sexual healing going on for you right now. Oh, the Four of Swords coming through here, Virgo. So this would be just, yes, maybe some quiet time, some meditation, some reflection. The Lover's card. Okay, so what's with the disconnect with this person you're with, or maybe it's with yourself? The King of Swords. There might be like a sort of big block, like a mental block you have around this relationship. You're very decisive, like you feel like you've already made up your mind on something and there's no going back. What's happening really here, Virgo, is healing. Whether it's sexual healing or otherwise, there's like some sort of a catharsis moment has happened in the Tower, and it's left this opening for you to find rejuvenation of mind, body and soul again, and just kind of feel optimistic about the future and what dating and love and romance and this relationship possibly has to offer. At the moment, because of all the unknowns around it now, this is taking another once I start clearing it up, there is definitely, I can see where the cracks are. There's so much unknown about what would happen with this person. So it seems like you've just kind of like made up your mind on something now, and maybe it's that this is not going to work out. The Lover's in reverse. Maybe you're like, oh, I'm sure about that or something. Okay, so I've got the struggle bus energy of the Seven of Wands is what I'm seeing it as in this reading. Let's go deeper into the Seven of Wands. The Page of Swords. So a certain conversation that kind of happened quickly, or there's been a lot of like dialogue now, it's sort of sudden in a sense. That's what's kind of giving you one more thing to kind of like think about or deal with or stay on top of. So there's been a recent conversation that has stirred something up in you, stirred up some sort of a reaction. The Sun card. Okay, so I get like the sense that underneath it all, like there is clarity, like you're so close to seeing everything so clearly. Well, it's going to come up one way or another, but your subconscious is saying like you've already got the information and the answers, Virgo. Actually, maybe it needs to be a bit more obvious to you. The Page of Cups. Maybe the conversation needs to take a more romantic or emotional direction now. So yeah, I mean, like, yeah, maybe they're saying about how they feel, but you want them to express it in a softer way, or you want to see the emotion or feeling behind it. So the Nine of Wands, this is you leaving a period of being quite closed off and defensive around perhaps a certain person. Maybe it's an individual, maybe it's just the idea of getting into a relationship. Nine of Wands, past energy. The Four of Cups. This would just be lack of interest, lack of excitement, lack of like this even appealing to you. You're not really interested in taking the offering that's coming through. Maybe it seems, I don't know, there's like, it's like there's a lack of genuine, it's not genuine, you feel like fully. So you feel like they're telling you what you want to hear maybe, and that it's all just very romantic, and yeah, that sounds all very idealistic perhaps. And the Ace of Swords. Maybe you need them to just show you something a little bit more real, a bit more raw. Ace of Swords. So you are about to get very clear on something within this relationship. You're about to get clear about maybe what this represents even for you. The Magician card and the Knight of Cups, and then we have you here, the Knight of Pentacles. So that might be a water sign that you're dealing with. But what I'm seeing here is you getting clear about their motivations, and if they've been doing anything shady, it does certainly look like things are going to kind of be very clear, and the sword of truth is going to be very exposing, and the magician, anything they've been doing behind the scenes or in secret, looks like it's going to come out in the open, Virgo. The Nine of Cups. So there is a reason to still feel like satisfaction can be gained from this relationship. Okay, so why is that? What is the advice of the Nine of Cups? Eight of Wands. Get your skates on. If you feel like this is something that could be genuine, don't wait on it, I suppose. Eight of Wands is saying that things are going to start moving. The wand energy is really fast right now. The Knight and the Eight of Wands, it's like something's about to get moving, something's about to start changing, conversations are about to start happening. Okay, so the Knight of Wands, this is a person coming in and showing a lot of interest in you. Like, they really want to know more about you, Virgo. The King of Cups again. So this might be a water sign you're dealing with still, that, you know, is coming in and they're saying, I've grown up so much, I've evolved from the Knight of Wands, I am not messing around anymore. I'm like, I found myself, I found this balance in my life, I found what it is that I want emotionally, and that seems to be where they're coming through, quite like they've grown up or something like that. You're afraid of something with this Tower moment here again. You're afraid of maybe getting your heart broken. You're afraid of some impending disaster that you're creating in your head, or maybe not. Maybe you're sort of just guarding yourself with an inner knowing. But yeah, there's definitely a fear here. King of Wands. If dealing with a fire sign still, yeah, like this is coming on very hot and heavy, you know, this is Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. So I don't know, you're feeling like very drawn to a certain person. There's an element of danger here with this kind of a connection. Like, it's so magnetic, and maybe that's one of your red flags. Like, you see that, oh my gosh, so quickly I could fall for this person, or they're doing all the right things. It's almost like they know exactly what I want, and so you're maybe a little dubious of that. So let's see, ultimately, so far with the Ace of Cups, I see that there is potential for what this relationship looks like to grow a little more. Let's see, I'm gonna pull one more card now to clear up the Ace of Cups for Virgo. Seven of Cups. So it remains confusing, even though you see pockets of hope and like inspiration here and like the opportunity, perhaps, yes, this could be something. Yes, I'm catching feelings. Overall, you seem to have options that you're confused about by the end of this. Maybe there's more than one person sort of vying for your attention. That's possible. When I see the Seven of Wands, sometimes I see it as like there's so many people or more than one person trying to get your attention or capture your interest. Okay, Virgo, that's going to be love and relationships. It's general. It may not apply to you on every message there, but just take what resonates today and leave the rest. Thanks for watching, Virgo. Capricorn, love and relationships. So the breakthrough you're about to reach has consequences. So be warned, Capricorn. You have made a decision on something now. It's hard. It's been hard to break through to this. It's been hard to see things clearly, to reach a balanced decision here, but there's been a massive breakthrough now. You're ready to say what you have to say. You know what it is that you want. Yeah, is this going to potentially cause somebody some discomfort and pain? Maybe we'll clear it up, but there does look like there's basically balance and harmony that's reached as a result of the painful or difficult decision that you have to make. I'm seeing this as like balance being struck again, harmony being achieved, but in the meantime, you know that what you have to do or say is going to be perceived as hurtful to somebody.
but you've spent a lot of time nurturing yourself, nurturing the person that you love and nurturing the relationship. But yeah, work on yourself has had to have been done of an emotional nature, and also you proving to yourself like that you're still an independent person in this union, in this significant union. It's great, but you can't account all the time for your person's moods, for their back and forth behavior. The Sun card, okay, so you have high hopes for this relationship and you do see it working out. I think we should clear up these cards together and pull some more to go deeper. Okay, Capricorn, at the bottom of the deck, the Four of Swords, the Ten of Swords, and the Knight of Wands. So you're reaching the end of your tether with something, and something's changing real quick for you. You're quickly reaching a breakthrough on something, or somebody in your environment is reaching some sort of a pivotal breakthrough right now. The Two of Swords and the Four of Wands. Okay, so the balance you're searching for, the harmony you're striving for can be reached, and it's coming up as like cause for celebration, even like, oh my gosh, we're in such a good place. This is wonderful. The Judgment and the Lovers, if you see both of these angel imagery here, it's like a big wake-up call has happened in this relationship, because now you know how important it is to you. So even though there's disappointment around striving for this balance, and when you have to, I guess, determine which sword you're going to go with and basically which direction you're going to take this, it does seem like it's going to come as some sort of a disappointment to somebody. Now, the person you're dealing with is like, oh, can we pick up one of these cups? Can we still see if this can work? I'm getting water under the bridge, literally in this description here, water under the bridge, but then this flow and stream of water, it's like it's passing. Something is moving. The stream is like is still in motion, and it's like maybe there's certain things that can just be left, and your person is a little slower to see that, I think. Beautiful energy, the Sun and the Queen of Cups. If you are trying to have a baby at the moment, Capricorn, or you've just found out you're pregnant, or you're expanding your family, congratulations. But maybe that's something that you're hoping for, something that you've been thinking a little bit more about in this relationship. Where do children fit in, or will we have more children, or something like that? You might have made a decision around finances that was not selfish or anything. Oh, I'm just taking this sweater off now, Capricorn, excuse me. I'm like fling it on the ground. But this is a kind of like, have you been making some decisions solo that are kind of not selfish, but you kind of didn't consult your person, if it was maybe financial decisions or something even legal. Okay, so let's have a look. Two of Swords. You are indecisive about something. It's not going to be easy to just sit on the fence for too much longer. Judgment card telling me like there's some urgency been applied here energetically, or really like through a force you're feeling. Like a literal force, somebody's pushing you to make a decision, a final choice. The Page of Cups. Okay, so the way through is open-hearted communication. If you don't know exactly what you want, tell them that. If you're finding it hard to understand them, just tell them that. Open up the communication and do it from from your heart. Don't be afraid to be vulnerable. The Page of Cups is super okay with being vulnerable and saying something like, you know what, I've been having some fears about this relationship, or there's something about it that's making me uncomfortable or unsure or feeling insecure. So maybe open up and tell your person how you've been feeling. The Judgment card, or how difficult it's been for you to make a decision on this. Like, let them know that this hasn't been easy. The Judgment card. Okay, so the energy of a transformation in this relationship is reaching a crescendo now. Like, you know, something is in the middle of changing and it has to happen. Death card at the bottom of the deck, huge indication of some sort of transformation in this relationship now. The Two of Wands. Okay, so you become more decisive then. Two of Swords and the Two of Wands. So these are decision making. Which one? Should I say this or should I say that? Should I go with this? Should I do that? Okay, so you have these decisions to make, and after you open up and tell your person how you're feeling, it seems like the path forward is, well, you're at least more enthusiastic to go with the choice rather than this sort of fence sitting you've been doing around something. So the Five of Cups. Okay, ouch. This is where I'm like, ouch, what has to be said? Because look, the rest of the relationship, this reading is beautiful. Like, these cards are all really nice. Five of Cups, of course, is just saying that there's a little bitter pill that may need to be swallowed. King of Wands, I guess you could come across as being insensitive here is the issue, and kind of like bossy or domineering maybe. Some sort of an exchange needs to happen, and I just do see this as something that needs to be brought to somebody's attention. Like, you know, I know you're not going to like this, is how I hear you starting the conversation. I know this isn't what you want to hear, but ... Queen of Cups. Okay, so is this a deeper desire for you to have children, do you think, Capricorn? It could be something else, of course, but let's have a look at what this Queen of Cups is saying in this reading. It's like a deep down. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, this 10 of Cups at the bottom of the deck, that's my card for family. The Knight of Pentacles is coming through here with the Queen of Cups. Oh, this is lovely. This is such deep nourishment, deep commitment to the progress that you're making, deep commitment to yourself. I don't know, perhaps some of you are like really thinking in 9 months' time that there could be a baby on the way. This is like the period of gestation. The Queen of Cups is the gestation period, and then this is the journey that you take. And we're talking about October, or I mean, we're talking around August, September with this energy. So that could be around the 9-month period. So I do see this for some in this particular reason being quite family orientated, or the attraction between you two, like this person is the type of person you could see yourself having a family with, or that kind of a commitment with. The Nine of Pentacles. Let's have a look at this energy. I think you've been trying to just make this relationship last and work and healthy and grow, and you want to build something. I don't know, I get the provider element here, Capricorn. The Three of Wands. The decision that you maybe made to book a trip or go somewhere might have caused some distress to your person because you didn't really consult them on travel plans. I'm seeing this could be travel plans around the holidays. This could be RSVPing to a wedding that your person didn't feel comfortable going to, some instance like that. Okay, so the Four of Wands, I love what's coming up for you. So this looks like it's like just nice fun family celebration, friends and family, that sort of an energy around the end of the year. This could be New Year's. Okay, let's see. Six of Swords. Yeah, there was like some sort of a traveling to see family here, or traveling to see elder relatives or something like that. Moving the dog, looking after the pets or something like that. But yeah, Six of Swords, you're like, okay, we're moving on from where we were. I feel like this time last year, you're like, look how far we've come, like look at what we've moved on from as such. Maybe you feel like there's more calm and peace in the relationship at this point. The Lover's card. Okay, so this is just nice to see. Tell me about this relationship. Tell me about this strong union that's represented here. The Page of Wands. Okay, so it's kind of, I don't know, you see like this person might be a bit younger than you. This person might be kind of an adventure seeker, or somebody who really like loves to seek thrills, and I don't know, they're bringing out a more youthful side in you. They're bringing you more in touch with like exciting energies of like discovery and new thrills. So maybe this is like something that's kind of new, or there's like a newness into the relationship, more spontaneity even. The Knight of Cups. So your person seems to be not exactly standing in their kind of like fullest capacity at the moment. They seem like they're sort of like focused on the past a lot more at the moment rather than like the present. So dwelling on what's past, this water under the bridge energy. The Three of Pentacles. And the Seven of Swords. So they may be planning something, some sort of, I don't know, like a commitment or something that they're trying to commit to, and they're not really fully willing to disclose it with you. And you're like, what are you kind of doing? Like, what are you planning? Okay, maybe it's a surprise for, you know, a Christmas present or something. Like they're commissioning a piece of art for you. Okay, so the Sun card, lovely. Okay, so we've got the Sun card here. Very hopeful for happiness in the relationship at the moment. I think you're like, this is a happy relationship. I'm in a good place, okay? The Fool card. So there might be just this like kind of over blind optimism at the moment. Like this is like you're like perhaps even shutting down like things that are perhaps not working out in the relationship, and you're like, no, everything is wonderful, what are you talking about, this is amazing. That's the energy I'm getting, like blind optimism here, like so much so that like watch out, like are you sure you're seeing everything clearly? Okay, so Justice card finally. This is kind of talking to me about something perhaps in the legal balance or something that is consequential in the relationship at the moment. What do you need to know about? If there's something hanging in the balance around this relationship, what do you need to know about? Oh, the Five of Swords and the Tower card. Right, okay, so this energy could be you being displeased with the outcome of something, or you being kind of stressed out with the outcome of something, you feeling like you were taken for a ride, that you were scammed here. It's like some sort of an energy like that, like you're sort of surprised with this too, I believe. The Tower card is something that you weren't necessarily expecting. Well, Capricorn, I will leave you with that. This is just a general reading, so these messages may not apply to everybody. Take what resonates and leave the rest. Thanks for watching, Capricorn.